Hello, my name is Andrea Palmer, and I am here to present to you the 2020-2021 Annual Action Plan Amendment. This is the 8th amendment for specifically for CDBG CARES Act. Here to provide a proposed approval from City Council to add new activities to the CARES Act funding. Just a little background, the city receives 3 annual entitlements regularly, entitlement grants, meaning that they're non-competitive. They are grants that are entitled to the city, like many cities, counties, and states across the country. And the 3 entitlement grants are Community Development Block Grant, Home Investment Partnerships Program, or HOME for short, and the Emergency Solutions Grant, or ESG for short. And Community Development Block Grant is also known as CDBG, where last year it was its 50th anniversary of block grant services. The city of Oxnard was awarded CARES Act, which was a White House initiative to combat the impacts related to coronavirus. CDBG funds for the city of Oxnard were awarded in the amount of $3,088,367, and the city also received Emergency Solutions Grant CARES Act money in the amount of $5,255,005. The ESG funds are exhausted, and the CDBG CV funds, the city still has some funding available. There is a difference in the CARES Act funds than regular CDBG in that the services that are provided must prevent, prepare, and respond to the impacts related to the coronavirus that occurred several years ago now at this point. And the CDBG CV grant, the ESG CV grant actually expired on September 30th of 2023, and the city of Oxnard was able to utilize 100% of the funds for eligible services. The CDBG CV grant currently has an unallocated balance of $1.2 million, and the overall CDBG CV grant must be expended by March of 2027. So on September 19th of 2023, we're delving in here to where the funding would be going should council approve it. So in September of 2023, council accepted an encampment resolution fund grant from the state of California. It was awarded in the amount of $4,015,638, specifically to target homeless encampments. City further approved the use of the funds where we entered into an agreement with the county of Ventura, and that amount was $1,163,000 for outreach, case management, and support services, and then $2.7 million for interim shelter. The term non-congregate shelter can be used from time to time if you hear that in the future. Interim shelter typically means motel stays or maybe some alternative stay outside of traditional shelter services. And of course, the end goal is to assist those unsheltered into permanent supportive housing. The state encampment resolution fund is anticipated to expire, or we were given an expiration date of April 30th of 2025. So that is looming in a couple of months. And therefore, staff is presenting to council the request to extend the agreements with the county and extend services until the completion of the Casa de Carmen housing project that is going to have permanent supportive housing units for the unsheltered. The proposed amendments to the CDBG-CV contract will provide $250,000 to the County of Ventura's agreement that will kind of support the Encampment Resolution Fund, or ERF is an acronym. And then there's $625,000 for the interim shelter, for a total of $875,000 in CDBG-CV funding for this purpose. Additionally, in this request, there is a request to increase the budget by $88,258.13. If council approves this plan, there will be $245,791 left in CDBG-CV funds that are unallocated and can be utilized for future projects. It is staff's recommendation that the City Council conduct a public hearing regarding the 2021 Annual Action Plan Amendment, where the CARES Act funds originated from. Approve the amendment as it is written, specifically for the amendments of the CARES Act reallocations to the ERF projects, and authorize the city manager and his designees to incorporate the amended grant allocations into the 2020-2021 Annual Action Plan Amendment for the CARES Act, and authorize the budget appropriations to fund administrative costs and the projects, and allow some flexibility where we can adjust within 10% of the grant allocation or $200,000, whichever is greater and is also allowed in our citizen participation plan. Staff asks that council authorize the city manager and his designees to execute the required documents to submit to HUD for the 2020-2021 Annual Action Plan, and authorize the city manager and his designees to execute all of the agreements necessary for the implementation of this project, of this amendment that houses the projects proposed. This concludes this presentation. Thank you and have a wonderful day.